I think it's like
still 4 points into the passive and just hit suckers.
And he's busted, right? Because like you can dominate lane, and then afterwards you have this flexibility. If you get shut down a lane, you become a pretty decent support still, right? With the dispel saves. So it's like in a lot of ways it's a better Legion at the moment, right? Does that make sense? Like a Legion, if you win your lane, you get double the value in Abaddon does, but if you lose your lane, it doesn't feel as impactful as like this support, and also you don't have this ultimate that lets you still frontline.
Yeah, they both kind of transition into the same beefy utility offlaner, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Abaddon definitely brings more utility to the table. I believe so too. You're right. Even if he doesn't have the greatest lane, there's still the shield to basically just help versus so many spells. It's pretty good. Yeah, I agree with you, definitely. I like the Abaddon more, even though Legion is like a top pick at the moment on the offlane.
Oh, definitely.
But for 178, it's obviously going to be Magnus again. So we'll see what they pick for their carry, though, as Lifestealer has been picked. Troll is an option, I suppose. Like,
Could work.
Yeah, it definitely could. It's also a core that benefits massively from RP. Good versus Lifestealer, not shabby versus Abaddon on the lane.
Kind of another aspect as well, right? Compared to like quickly just highlight the Abaddon versus Legion argument, right? Is Abaddon, does it feel like you always see it in the first phase, whereas Legion has to be second phase to feel right? Because you need to be against the melee carry, right?
There we go.
There we go. There's our troll call. I slowed us down because this was clearly the pick. You were just too quick. You got your point across too fast. There was no other option.
I mean, there aren't really many options left remaining, so it's not too hard to guess it. There's like PL, Terrorblade, something like that, but heroes that aren't played too much or also suffer versus a Shaker, Crystal Maiden, stuff like that. So Troll was the obvious one. Now for HellRaisers, it's probably left to ban out some sort of a save. They ban out Lich. I was expecting something like an Oracle to be banned out, perhaps, but the problem again is, I believe 178, they should pick up some damage dealing support or some saver. They need some hero to let's see. Hey, never mind. It's pure damage, I guess. I expected something to save this troll, if they do go on him, something to break the combo. Some I don't know, Oracle, some Shadow Demon, something similar, but then you're putting yourself in a weird spot in which your supports don't really do a lot of stuff on their own, and if your cores, like if your mid suffers, you're just done. So I like it. I like this pick, and to counter initiate, you have this Magnus, as long as he is in a good spot, in a good positioning, that is.
That's definitely the big one, right? Like, you look at the lineup, Shaker wants to be on top of you, Abaddon wants to be on top of you, Lifestealer wants to be on top of you. So if you have something like the Magnus and you can't find him to start the fight, HellRaisers don't really have an in, if that makes sense. They always have to kind of like skirt up the edge of the fight and be like, hey, where's Petushara right now? Is he in the tree line? Has anyone seen him? Oh, he's on the other side of the map? Have you got confirmation of that? Because we're not going until we know. It's kind of like
the nice going to last pick, though. I guess it's their midder. They don't want that monkey again, I suppose. Kunkka has been banned out. What will they pick versus Ember? Get the silencer, my boys. Let's go.
Storm
is that. Right.
Okay,
it's good versus these. It's decent versus Ember on the lane. Later on, it can kind of get iffy. It depends, like what items you go for. Ember can catch you. You can catch him, but it's decent versus Rubik and AA. That's like a big thing. It's a vessel for Lifestealer. You can infest and then you can jump around. But like, these two supports are food for Storm if he has a good game. And also Magnus, you can scout him, you can jump on him first. It's a decent Storm game, I think. Unless you get like Troll Warlord to proc his webs all the time on you, then you're kind of screwed.
It feels kind of rough on the lane, don't you think, though? Like, Ember versus Storm. I always kind of give Ember the go for this because, like, the way that Storm can deal with Flame Guard, you can manipulate, right? So Ember walks in, tanks the first Remnant, then Flame Guards up and chases you out of lane. This could be really scary for Storm. It feels like if he dies once in the lane, then this is going to be the Monkey King effect from the other side where Ember takes over the game. Let's see what they can do, though.
Let's see if HellRaisers can actually make anything happen in the second game. I'm looking at you, supports, Aloha Dance and Poshka. These two guys need to be on point with their rotations. They were in that last game too. That Rubik from Aloha Dance made stuff happen on the mid lane. Miposhka as well in the laning stage was decent, but later on in the game they fell off super hard, like supports do, I suppose. But looking forward to seeing game 3, and because of that, I'm gonna be cheering for HellRaisers and this Nyx Storm Spirit. I'm a biased caster.
I mean, I'm feeling it. I want to see if they can raise the score up to the 3rd game. Like Aloha Dance, especially, I think is going to be critical here. Like Shaker is one of those pivotal heroes, right? In the laning phase, he can get you a win. Beyond the laning phase, like beyond his ganks, he can then in the big team fights once again get you a win. So I think he could easily turn out to be the standout element of this entire game. I am Shaker biased, you know this, Liz, but this is definitely the type of game where a Shaker can take over.
I agree. I completely agree with your professional analysis, Mr. Killer Pigeon.
Why, thank you.
UK Dota Pride.
You know, we have our
Usually
own
I don't agree with any
League,
UK analysis, but T Governor and you, I guess I can deal with.
Oh, baby. Sticking me on the same level as T-Gov, you flatter me. I've not been on ESL main stage like I've not been to a TI like he has.
I didn't put you on the same place.
Well, not the exact same level, but
I can tolerate the two of you. Yeah, it's only the tolerance level. I'm not saying that you two are on the same level.
Hold on. Tolerate me, I understand, but T, like, come on.
Did you play Pops with him? He's so nice.
Yeah, that's right.
Your
heart has been coldened by the experience of your pub games over years.
Exactly. Like I can't stand that. It makes me feel like I'm not home. You know, I want the coldness, the bitterness of my players surrounding me. I don't want T Governor to asking me nicely, sir, please, will you buy an observer board? Because I'm buying this Blink Dagger, and I think it will really be beneficial to our team. No, I won't buy your board.
What you really want is get me one. I need my stuff. That's what you're looking for.
Yes, exactly. I want him pinging on the board and then on the Blink Dagger. And then like question marks in the chat. That's what I need.
You know what it is, right? Like you think it's a trap, right? When you're like, this guy's way too nice. Like when a person is that nice, you're like, he's trying to bait me into a cage right now, right? There's like a cake on the floor and I don't notice the bars around me. And all of a sudden it's like Child Snatcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang all over again. Oof. That movie was not child friendly, right? That was spooky.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Have you never seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? I don't know how big it is. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's big in the UK. I don't know if it was big in America. I don't know how big it is. It felt like it was Disney level.
That cartoon was supposed to tell you that eating too much cake is bad, Pigeon.
That wasn't a cartoon. It was like a proper movie.
Movie.
Yeah, it was. Right. It was. I don't know who made it. It wasn't Disney, but it's like it was considered like Disney level, at least in the UK. I never asked my American friends, so it's hard to say. It might be just one of those UK things that we don't realize is really specific to us, like Danger Mouse. That's a cartoon.
Never heard of that.
That's what I mean. I know that one's specific. But specific to this game, we are going to have a lot of dancing from Vitin, appropriately named as this taunt is going to frustrate the hell out of us after about 10 minutes.
What do you think about these lanes? Magnus plus Rubik, a lane that I haven't seen in a while. Let's see if Petushara is going to give him Empower.
No.
Skewer is the name of the game. And Skewer is himself towards the Rubik, so both of them can be hit by Crystal Nova. Great plays, man. Great plays. I like it.
The best part is Miposhka took the most damage out of anyone in that engagement. He had the best positioning. Poor CMs. Teeny health pool. Meanwhile, top should be pretty chill for the most.
So he didn't take the most damage. He just has the smallest HP pool. Health pool, that is. But now he's taking a lot of damage from Big Num, and he has to
he might die.
Be careful. He's gonna sell.
Oh no!
Now he might die. Now he might die. Magnus is coming over as well.
He's like, here comes
my
Daddy.
dear friend. Yep.
Petushara trying to get him low enough. Big Num, he's got that big zap. Skewer. Cut down the trees. Deforestation's a problem, but so is Miposhka's lack of life. One more hit. Turns around with Crystal Nova. He actually turned this around at the moment. Miposhka. No, Tango, no, what are you doing? Oh no!
He ate the wrong tree.
The path was clear, but his clicking was not. That is a feels bad moment right there.
There is a Shaker rotating mid, but he doesn't have Fissure yet, so he won't be able to block Pikachu. Sadly for him. It was a decent rotation if he had that seizure of cooldown, but he also controlled the rune, so I guess it's good.
Pikachu's not faring too well here either. Nyx is pretty heavily up on him in CS right now. 12-5. Compared to the 6-2.
That's actually... Like, he should do a bit better as Ember versus Storm for real.
That's what I'm thinking.
Should do a bit better.
I'm like, look at this. Like, this is not what we usually see with Ember matchups, especially with the Quelling Blade. Like, you shouldn't be denied out this hard. I guess we didn't see the first two waves. Maybe it was a... It feels like this was a bad block, maybe from Pikachu, and Nyx got it on his side to begin with.
Bottom lane, Big Num, he's being gone on. There's the...
Here we go. Oh, nice Q away.
But Shara to the rescue again. Takes his boys back.
This salve won't be cancelled, though. Miposhka will have that echoing in his mind. How the hell did he have vision on me in that tree line last time?
Yeah, that was a big mistake there, to use that salve so early. I mean, it's one of those greedy plays, you know. He has one more hit, flying and you salve up, instead of waiting for that hit to connect.
Pikachu's blocked in here, but Nyx isn't looking healthy right now. Like, they actually can't get him.
Pikachu doesn't have anything. Now he has chains.
Yep.
I think he could survive. Let's see. Storm
he
has
actually
one
times
more
this
hit.
right. Like, he could hit them both. Oh, Pikachu knows he's gonna go down. Chains! Greed!
But what greed? Like, he could have at least used the chains. He was dead anyway.
Well, no, I think he's fine if he's chains. Like, he gets away, right? Because Shaker needed that farm punch.
Could. Shaker needed that hit, and he could get uphill. Exactly. I think so, too. But at least he could have denied himself to these creeps there.
I mean, the crazy part is actually at one point, he was close enough to chains both of them. He could have maybe killed Nyx. That was the part I was like, this is a big play.
Okay, don't push it now. He was never killing Storm.
I mean, okay, Siren chased that down to 75. You're right. Level 1. If it was level 2, then he would have killed him.
Oh, the poor courier again.
Oh, no. They never get enough credit for the good things they do in a game, but they always get scrutinized for the bad things.
Aloha Dance controlling that top rune again. Storm will get the DD, and this lane is completely done for Ember. Storm is sitting 6 first. Like, usually it's the Storm that needs to retreat to the jungle to farm and get his 6, but it's going to be Ember that has to flee from the lane, I believe. Like, DD on the Storm. If he waits for this, Rubik is rotating though. It's a good rotation, but I don't think it will be enough. Because Shaker is there too.
I think if you jump on him, you just die right now, right? With that DD. There's the fissure, and they'll move in. Pikachu's dead. Very far, try and buy some time. The final hit goes in. Needs one more punch, but Nyx should be able to get close enough, and there it is.
Barely gets it, but yeah, it's a good rotation by Rubik to try and help his Ember. That's what I meant, but in no way are they able to go on the Storm. And he almost survives that there because of that Rubik being in position with the lift, but it's just not good enough. Top lane though, DM? He's frozen. He can deny himself.
Yeah, he's got the miss call.
Happy
It looked like he was
Durara.
trying to do maximum value there for a moment.
Durara?
Urara
Why
might
did
die.
he run that like that? What the hell?
I guess he's not that fond of living. Very far to try and stay healthy. Luckily, Troll is close by.
No, I mean, he had the bounty rune there if he didn't run through the river. If he ran around, like, he gets the bounty before Shaker and Abaddon.
I think he was paranoid because they didn't know where Shaker was, right? Like, that must have been it. But even then, you're a POS 5. It's worth risking it for a potential bounty.
Man, mid lane. Miposhka has rotated in now, and this lane is looking rougher and rougher for Pikachu. There's also Aloha Dance. They're doing the 3-man. 3-on-1 action right here on mid.
This is a whole he's already dead, stop hitting him scenario. They're getting ready to make his game I'd say a little bit worse, but I don't feel like it can get much worse than it is right now.
He has 16 CS and he's level 5. Just stop killing him.
Nope.
Stop it.
Level 6 is never possible.
Stop it. Stop hitting him.
He's dead already.
Dead. But for real, like, you don't really benefit a lot out of it. 178 gold. Like, you'd be better just dominating other lanes, but I guess they're
satisfied, right?
I guess they're satisfied with how the other lanes are going, and also the Carti, obviously. Good point.
I mean, there's a lot of damage that's going to go on the tower regardless. Also, look at Aloha Dance's net worth right now. You're feeling pretty good as a Shaker in this game. You're 5th on the net worth chart.
Man, he has Arcane Boots and he's going towards the Blink Dagger, and he will get it very soon because level 4 with Arcanes, it just allows you to farm. It allows you to get more net worth much easier. But
Farm heroes? They're farming heroes. Happy Diorara will go down. They'll get out. Frostbite, Miposhka tank on the tower will be fine though. Close. It's 5 HP. Whew. Stun out to Nyx. They can't run through those remnants though.
Yeah, sadly, Petrara there maxed out the empowers, so his cooldowns are super long, and he's not unable to take down anyone under that mid-tier 1. This is what I expected from Ember a bit earlier, to go into this jungle, to get his farm up, to get his levels right.
Yeah, he has 6 now. That's a miracle. I guess his worry is who comes this lane. Like, if we abandon bot like they have, look what's happened to that tower. If we like leave mid open, we're gonna lose that instantly, and then Storm just invades with supports. It's rough. Like, there's no great answer for J178 to like how they structure their lanes for the next few minutes. Especially when DM is just self-sufficient now. Like, it's gonna be very hard for you to find a solo kill in this lane.
Dan's casually taking mid farm now. Has those arcane boots too, can spam out a couple of fissures, a couple of enchant totems too.
You get him a super fast blink, he just dominates this game. Comes back to what we say in the draft.
Like, they will have 2 fast vessels for this Lifestealer, one on Shaker, the other on Storm. Also, if you check Lifestealer, you'll see that he's not going for Radiance, he's actually building into Armlet, possibly SNY after.
I guess it's all in on the strengths and the kind of early power spikes. It is risky because of Magnus only, though. Like, if he has... It's all on his RP at this
top lane, Palantimos.
Jump in. Palantimos goes down. And that was the arcane room for Nyx. They can push in this tower because that is an Abaddon. Only level 1 Curse of Avernus, but every little helps.
This game is definitely looking much better for HellRaisers, and they shut down December hard. I like in that last game, truth be told, and he has a lot of stacks to farm with Empower, which he is doing right now. But this troll might have issues. He needs a lot of farm too. They need to enable him. They need to enable this troll as soon as possible.
Yeah, he's not doing too bad, but when you compare it to V2, like his counterpart on the other side, this Lifestealer just got his Midas, and it's on its way out.
The problem that I see is he has no save, and once the Storm jumps on him, the only way to save is to jump in an RP with Magnus, and you can't do that all the time. And if Nyx is going for right click, which he is, like Armlet after the Midas, basically what that means is he will be rotating around with Storm a lot. And if they see that troll, they will jump on him every single time. Then you have follow-up from Shaker too. This game definitely looks a bit better for HellRaisers at the moment. But you know what? It looked very good for them in that first match too, and then they lost.
No, that's true. They got their early aggression in, and then they gave 178 a little bit of space and regretted it. And that's the thing. 178 prioritizes these stacks, and now they're going to stack up on top of him. Petrashara goes down before he can even hit the RP.
If he hits the RP, perhaps they can take Storm down, as Rubik was rotating in. But
it's a big if, though. Meanwhile, Happy Diorara will pick up the bounty, and now he's likely to die for it. Although they did reset the Curse of Avernus charges, so it takes a bit longer. They give it a Lohan Dance. Look at Lohan Dance's gold. This is going to be like a 14-minute Blink Dagger. Maybe sooner.
Maybe even sooner, yeah. If they leave him on a lane, it's going to be there by 12-13 minute mark for sure. He doesn't need a lot. Also, there's a big thing now. Ancient Apparition used the tome and still didn't get level 6.
They're getting really aggressive on Pikachu again. You're right, actually. The tome, like, AA is close to 6, but you're a 5 wandering around the map looking for any little smidge of XP you can find. Like, look at him right now. He's like next to Palantimos, like, please, sir. Please? Just a little bit of XP. He still needs more.
Rubik steals the Photic Shield also. Such a good Rubik game this match. Fissure you can steal from Abaddon the shield, which is really good. From Maiden the ulti obviously is very simple to steal.
True. There's no like big slam we beat them with this one spell like a black hole, but there's definitely a lot of kind of gank potential type spells you can steal. Speaking of ganking, Palantimos found in his own jungle. Doesn't have a point in the ultimate. Didn't even hold on to a point, so he'll just fall. Eventually.
This is like the best target for them to find.
Oh no. Bignum, I'm not, like, he's trying to get across to the Photic Shield, right? But that'll allow him to get away. Is this just kind of like, it feels weird, but when you're this early in this game, and it's going this rough, and they're invading this heavily, do you just have to babysit the troll? I feel like you do as the Rubik, right?
You need to create some traps or move as 5. They will rip you apart this way. That's pretty much what it is. They're ripping them apart. You need to
Hey.
play around Troll, like you said.
Well, they get the tier 1 mid, and HellRaisers, remember, that aggression in the jungle was before they even took that tower down. So this is just going to ramp up. As I said, maybe make a move as 5. Palantimos. Possibly you wait for that defusal, but it's still 1,700 gold off. This feels like it's going to be a huge window if you wait on that one item.
Top lane almost gets the A as well.
His lucky stars, he got away. Up to level 7 now, so he did find some solo XP. Pikachu, what are we going for here? I don't know. I feel like a Spirit Vessel isn't worth it, right? Because you get the Abaddon in this game.
RP? What? For the creeps,
Wait,
alright?
what? Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, at least
Because
they don't
the creeps
know.
were killing Troll, that's why. He saved his teammate, but I was thinking about RP to save him versus HellRaisers, not against these bloody creeps in the jungle. Come on, man.
It's a psychological play, right? Because, you know, HellRaisers have no knowledge of this. They don't know the RP's on cooldown. So when you come into a fight, you know what your value is, but they don't. They'll be like, this Magnus is running us. He might RP us right now. And that'll somehow lead to the space they somehow need to kill someone off. It's a stretch, but...
It's a stretch, but
It's something.
they need to beef this Troll up as soon as possible, and if RPing the Ancients is what it takes to do it, then so be it. Just do whatever. But make this Troll a hero, because he's not that at the moment. Anyone jumps on him, he's dead before he pops his ulti. And anyone
Big
jumps on Big Num mid, like this Storm, and Big Num is also dead.
You know, this is kind of the sad reality at this stage in the game. You know someone has to be in those lanes at least getting XP
How
and
do
the
you kill
support
this
too.
Storm, man? He's huge, he's big. Like, look at him. Point
You-
booster, Kaya, power treads. There's an Infest on Aloha Dance now with the Blink. How do you deal with HellRaisers if you're 178? Our wishes might come true, though.
Maybe you
as-
bait them onto the creeps when you RP them. That could work. Which
Game 3 is looking very, very possible at the moment. Magnus protecting his Troll, but
Oh no, there it is, slam out. They'll kill Magnus. They don't realize he doesn't have RP, but they don't take any chances.
they were thinking about jumping the Troll first, but seeing Magnus there with that ward, he's an easier target to get, and now they can transition into a tier 2 Troll. Sir?
You know
Where's
they're
the
here.
finisher, Aloha Dance?
They know they have Blink as well. Plantimos, big mistakes. He at least has the battle trance this time, but you don't really want to have to throw it out.
Maybe
Hello.
this is a good fight, let's see.
A blast hits. DM. Borrowed time does get triggered. They chase them
This
in.
could be a decent fight for them.
They might better get DM. He's got the Aphotic Shield. He needs to use it right now. There it is, big one. Gets it off in time. He can deny himself now with the miscoil. Oh, misses it though. Now V2. He might go down as well. He hung around a little bit too long. RP thrown just to ensure the kill. And now, Miposka. HellRaisers are starting to crumble a little here. They have got
Nyx is-
Aloha Dance. He's ready. He's got the blink. And now they're jumping with Nyx as well. But the lift is there to control him up. Palantimos, the battle trance still run. They're going to get him low. But Storm, no, he can't get away. Aloha Dance grabs the room, but will die for it.
Like, I have
HellRaisers.
never
What?
seen a bigger throw. That's how you look. Like a Shaker with the Blink Dagger, minute 12, and the Storm. You just fight without an echo. You dive under the tier 3. Like, instead of under the tier 2 when the troll was way out of position, you go super deep and you get punished for it. Also, 178, really well read that they can fight that. Like, they know Abaddon has no ulti, Shaker has no ulti. Why not fight? Go for them. And they did go, and they got him. This defusal on troll definitely helped out with the murder of Storm Spirit next. And how much gold did he give? Let me see. 8 kill streak. Monster kill streak gave 667 gold to the troll. And this troll that was just a kitty cat a moment ago seems more like a tiger with a Yasha almost to be completed after the defusal.
This is I'm trying to figure out what's going on with HellRaisers here. Well, maybe 178 are just geniuses and they realize that there's this point in the games where HellRaisers always give them a bounce back on the gold.
But troll is the win mid, and he has no ult, and he's dead.
Okay.
Back to the kitty cat land. Back into the sandbox.
Plans are backfiring. 178 feel themselves too much, and Storm goes deep. Finds happy Diorara. No back away. There's no creeps here, so they can't push the tier 2. But this is a questionable game at the moment, back and forth.
Radiant's bottom tower
I mean,
is under attack.
as long as Storm is the one making the initiation and is being like, they can't really deal with him.
It's true, right? But you saw 178, they kind of had this approach earlier on where the supports were the ones in those risky positions. And they take one good fight and suddenly Troll's like, hey, I'm the most powerful person on the map. I'm just going to aggressively farm anywhere of my choosing. And instantly gets punished for it. an overfeeling. They didn't bleed as much gold as HellRaisers, but HellRaisers are up to a 4k net worth lead again, and they're going to extend it because DM is top with that Curse of Avernus under the tower.
Look, before that fight around the tier 2, that 1781, I thought they had almost no ways of taking this game. But you can see that HellRaisers, they're not a team which is the most stable and which will not make any mistakes. They will, and that's the chance for 178 to come back. And because of those things, and I actually think 178 is maybe a little bit stronger of a team. Miposhka is just gone here, I believe. Let's see.
Tanks the gank for his team. The rest of them should be able to get out. V2 and TPs. DM runs for the high heals. Valentimos is still going, though. Oh, he sees him?
Refusal.
Gets it off. There's the Aphotic. Now the follow-up slow. This time a little bit. Borrowed time. He'll run away.
Borrow time stolen by Rubik.
Bigdom never wants to die again. DM won't be so lucky, though, as he gets caught out with the root and killed off.
Yeah, so they take down the Abaddon and the Crystal Maiden. I'm surprised he didn't try to TP away. Hide in the trees and TP away, but this is what I'm talking about. Like 178, they're doing much more with the little that they've got. Like they don't have a lot, they didn't win the lanes, but they still find a way to make plays, and that usually shows me that the team is a little bit better strategically or skill wise, you know, like they're just a little bit faster with what they're doing, and they have a little bit better of a general idea what they're supposed to be doing even when they're behind. This is the second time in a row that they're clawing themselves back into a game. In that first game as well, they were suffering. Mid lane was wrecked. And then that CK won them the match. Like, truth be told, it was mostly the CK. But this second game, it looks like they're proving to us that it's not only the hero that's considered to be a little bit broken or a hero that you just can't deal with that wins them the game, it's them. They have the power, they have the skill, they have the knowledge necessary. But we'll see if that's enough in this match, as they're quite far behind.
It kind of feels like HellRaisers right now, they're individually outplaying on their lanes, right? And then afterwards, you just see these cracks. Like, it's just, maybe they don't know each other that well yet. Maybe they're just not on the same wavelength.
Of course they know each other. They're from CIS. SNG, man. Everyone knows everyone. They know each other's hero pools to the like...
That is okay. That is true.
Like,
but
when I was playing in these teams, you know, they have like Discord channels that they all chill in and talk shit about each other.
Yeah.
Of course, like someone plays the same hero 3 times in a row, they call him out for it. Like it's.
Well, that's true,
like,
but then also,
you know,
the thing is, the teams change so often that in 3 months you play for like 10 different teams and you've got a completely different playstyle, right?
You're playing versus someone and you're like, aren't you in my team? What's happening? Why are you killing me?
Oh, that's what it is. I see. So HellRaisers is like Aloha Dance is looking across and going, wait, Bignum, I thought we were together.
Yeah,
what happened? Yeah. Pikachu, what the hell? I thought, why are you hitting me? When did they add friendly fire to Dota?
That should help.
Oh, do you remember that those mutator modes with the friendly fire?
Yeah.
That's possibly the worst thing I've ever. It was great, but it was terrible.
Great but terrible.
Great but terrible. Like, there was some stupid stuff like Bristleback. You could deny all your creeps.
To say great but terrible.
You know, it's like we're just carrying on. You know, we hang in there. That's what we do.
Great but terrible. I like that. Troll is great, but he's terribly out of position right now on this bottom lane, and Poshka might catch him.
Aloha Dance. Look at Aloha Dance as well. They're gonna have the lockdown. He might even get his ultimate off. Echo Slam, Freezing Field, everything thrown out. Picture was stolen, but Bignum, I don't think you get out of this now. That's ambitious. There should be enough mana left. Trying for the TP, and he actually makes it. Nice.
Very well played by Bignum, but not very well played by Troll. What his plan was there was no one, not a single teammate close by. Rubik was so far away he needed to just run towards him, but he still couldn't make it. I don't know. Terribly out of position. But a great player overall. Good job, Palantimos. I like you.
Just need to work on that positioning, because that is the second time he's been caught out in a... Well, mid was kind of questionable, but that was kind of stretching beyond questionable. That was pretty straightforward. Don't be there alone. Ay. Maybe he thought he was getting... Like, that's another thing. He got Juggernaut banned in this game, right? Maybe Palantimos wanted to play Juggernaut, and now he's just frustrated and he's playing it like Juggernaut anyway. Different heroes.
Sadly, he doesn't have that BKB TP chance.
However, that's a lot of damage on Nyx. A-Blast is coming in as well, but he's healing up. Have they got the follow-up? They might. Get him low. Nyx, he actually might shatter at this rate. One more hit would do it. Pikachu does have 1 remnant, but he's not going to gamble.
Yeah. Can't catch him. He's out.
Barely, though. One more tap would have done it. So things calm down
How's
again for the
Vitu
moment.
doing? He has Armlet and SNY moving towards Basher and Dezo, I suppose. We'll see.
I like seeing this. I feel like we just always get absorbed in this Radiance build, and it feels like it's not a bad game, right? Because you're against the troll. But it turns you into this weird kind of liability. Like, it's in some ways the worst Wraith King, depending on the game, right? Where you're just like, you're standing there and you're trying to get people to pay attention to you.
In this game, your #1 priority is to take down targets as fast as possible. You have Ember a core and a Troll a core. You want to kill them before they remnant out or pop their ulti on Troll, you know, before he uses Battle Trance. So going for right-click build, when you have a Shaker as well and a Storm in your team makes a lot of sense. You can jump on top of them, you can blow them up before they're able to do anything. Also, it's good versus these squishy supports too, so...
It's the argument of
like that
effective HP builds as well, right? When an AA is in the game, you can't try and rely on this lifesteal. So you just want these big 1-2 taps like that.
They take down the Ember. At the same time, there was a smoke happening from 178, so this smoke will be wasted.
And they have to
be
get
careful
out.
not to die even, yeah.
But that was awkward. The way DM's just positioned, you know how confident he's feeling. He isn't the bad and he doesn't have to care.
Yeah, and the Ember was feeling confident too because he knew that his teammates were rotating around with the smoke, but sadly, his fingers weren't as fast as he thought they are. So he falls before he's able to remnant away, and now Petushara might do the similar thing.
Uh-oh. X has been created on the map. Swords have crossed. And there's
Is
going
there
to be a
an
spear out. RP held on to. Not going to fall for that. He tries again, but it's too late. Nicks out plays and kills him off.
I mean, he could have, but there's Abaddon behind.
Yeah.
Most likely, Storm just gets shielded and he's out. But Palantimos would bleach all his mana with Diffusal, so... I don't know, I still think he could have maybe done it. So that Storm could have died if he RP'd.
There's kind of too many targets for Magnus now at this point, right? Like, you think about how many heroes you need to potentially RP. Lifestealer
Magnus
could
bought
run you
back,
through.
though.
Can he find anything, though? He's so slow. No blink either. TP out. Nice.
Ember
Root's there.
catches them.
BKB. Ember jumping in. The Root's still in the Nyx. He's trying to escape the RP. No! It gets fluffed. They missed the opportunity. The Fissure afterwards causes pure anarchy. Maybe they find DM after the shake-up, but they don't find the big cash-in, which was Nyx.
And they use the buyback and the RP. They need to go into the pit, I suppose. They did smoke up. Let's see if the play is the pit or another pick-off. Pit is dangerous. And perhaps they will do something else instead.
Beatin.
Bitune is there.
They spot him.
Rubik has Etherlands. Oh, that fissure could have caught him. But do you have the power necessary to take him down after that fissure? That's the question.
Can you even roach now, though? Because it's 15 seconds till the shaker is up.
Nah, I don't think you do. I
You
don't
just
think
fake
do
it?
rush.
Like, make it
You
look
just
like
wait
you're
for the
roaching?
runes.
I was wondering if maybe there's a play there where you just, like, dangle support in, expect the scan, and then you catch shaker when he TPs on the shrine, maybe. Because right now, like, you buy back in that situation, you force him out of your base, but even will go down, and your Magnus, who desperately needs a blink dagger, is even further away now. This is getting a bit rough, Liz. What is the big item? What are we looking at 178? What's the thing that gets them back in this game? It's maybe the BKB?
It's definitely getting rough for them. How are they going to come back? I don't know, it's rough. BKB on this Storm definitely helps out. For HellRaisers, that is.
Yeah,
They
definitely
will-
does help 178.
For HellRaisers, it helps out. It doesn't help out 178 a lot.
Oh, it does, because what it makes them realize is Petushara's RP is even more important and needs to hit even more heroes, which I'm sure
Yeah,
he
but
loves.
Yeah, he surely loves more pressure on him when he wasn't even able to RP anyone right now. But he doesn't have a blink, you know, so...
Yeah, he set himself a low standard, right? Because the last RP hit 0 heroes, so anything, in theory, should be better.
It's an improvement.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about that steady trajectory upward. That's all that's needed for this Magnus right now. Hit one hero.
The whole point, you know, when you hit the lowest point in your career, you either quit or realize that it can't get worse. It probably can, because they could lose this game, but right now, Magnus realized as long as he's hitting them powers, he's doing better than what he was doing a few minutes ago. The problem that I see is HellRaisers are sniffing around this Roche, and they're not just sniffing, they're hitting. Oh
They're
boy.
in. Abaddon definitely makes this very easy with the Vlads and the passive. Also, Desolator on Lifestealer makes it faster. However, there is a smoke and there is Happy Diorara with
Ice
the
Blast.
ultimate.
It's going in. Remnants
Ember is
through,
going into
Searing
it.
Chains, BKB, Pikachu's used his own, now they need to back up, plan team muscle with the BKB, DM. Forced to borrow time, but Aloha does, look at him. He's sniffing around, he's waiting for that Echo Slam opportunity, so you stop them Roshan.
Two BKBs wasted on 178. They did stop Rosh, but now the infest is on Nyx. He doesn't have a BKB too, so he has to be careful, but this is all about positioning right now. Palantimos, no ulti, has to be careful. It's all about Petushara. He needs to position himself so that he can counter-initiate, but Ember is already on the top lane, and Troll might be the one that they go on.
He's waiting. He's feeling pretty confident right now.
You see Shaker, he's rotating all around. He wants to find someone else, not the Troll. He realizes that they will stand behind the Troll and that they will react accordingly. So he goes behind. Pikachu also is a really good target.
Reveals him. Dragon as well. Infest bomb out. Ice Blast with their RP. Stops the freezing field. They've got the Palantimos. The damage coming through. 2 kills already. 5 back out on the Rubik. They need to get out. Pikachu is hunting for more into V2. Meanwhile, DM gets left behind. V2 looks like he will get out as Pikachu is TPing to cut off Aloha Dance's escape. Blink away. Light Fist scouts him out. Neutral's hitting onto him. Drums activated. Long time until he's got any way of escaping, and the Searing Chains ensures that Shaker goes down as
meanwhile,
well.
guess who's in the rush? It's Palantimos, the Troll. He's taking it down. It's already on like 40% and it's just gone. And we talked about this Petushara and his inability to catch anyone with his RP. Well, he heard us and he delivered. That's a 3-man RP right there that won them the team fight, that also caught that storm. Shaker, because of some reason, instead of just RPing there when he scouts the Ember, he blinks back. I think he could have been more aggressive. In the end, he didn't even use that Echo because he blinked back and he had a cooldown on Blink. His whole team goes in, Shaker goes back. Even though he was the first one that saw them, he was the one that was able to initiate first. I think if he initiates on Ember, the game is different because Ember had no BKB.
True.
He had
Then
no
the
BKB
Crystal
on cooldown at that time.
The Crystal Maiden gave them vision, right? The Crystal Nova. They knew exactly where the Ember was. And it's like, maybe it's this pressure that Aloha Dance was feeling, right? You get this sometimes where we talked about Magnus needing to do this. Maybe Aloha Dance still feels like he has to catch multiple people with his big ultimate, or it's not good enough. But this really is the type of game where one kill for them flips the fight in their favor.
Most certainly. And this game again looks like HellRaisers. It's on them to make big plays while it's on 178 to just chill, push, just like they did in that first game with CK.
They're in.
HellRaisers, like, you must be feeling really bad because you did a lot. This is a full throw. Like, you did a lot. You won the laning stage. You won the mid game. You controlled the pace of the game very well. You just had to close it out properly, but they failed to do that once again. 2 games in a row now. They just give 178 a bit too much time with this Magnus and power, and this Troll suddenly is almost on top of the network charts. He's catching up to the Nikes that's been almost free farming the whole game with Midas.
It's HellRaisers, the kind of story of them. This series has just been not really knowing what to do after they dominate for 20 minutes, right? It just feels like at times they're letting up when they shouldn't, and at other times they're not respecting the power spikes of 178, and they're just blindly engaging. Like, that last fight was the perfect time when we talked about Shaker just backing off, when you have all the info you really need to know how to begin that fight, but you're still looking for something more. It's worrying. And 178, I mean, their playstyle has twice in a row, off the back of these Magnus strats, fed into that. It's that type of lineup that waits for you to make a mistake. It should be behind, but you shouldn't ever let it get this turnaround opportunity the way it's been getting it. Now, J178, with this Aegis, they will follow the Troll wherever he may go. They've got Creep Wave pushing on the mid. This should be just them trying to hit the high ground as quickly as possible.
It's just 3 towers for them. From one objective to another, they just roll through the map and take everything because everything is theirs. No one can contest them. Not HellRaisers, at least. Maybe if they waste a couple of RPs on ancient camps, then perhaps you can fight. If
We're past that point, Liz. We've evolved beyond it. You know, Petushara doesn't want to hear about that anymore. He's gotten better with these RPs.
I mean, he did it on purpose there.
Yes.
To help the Troll out farm.
Speaking of Troll. Oh, Manta pushes him out, but he's ranged, so he doesn't care. And the Catapult here as well. They can take builds pretty quick.
Now it's like a buffet for them. Do you want to go to shrines? Do you want to take another tier 2? Maybe Raxes? Just pick what you want. Pick your food. And they turn to the shrine as it looks the tastiest, I suppose. Also, it opens up the rush, obviously. Makes these fights around the around the secret shop a lot easier. Another thing is this cliff around here. It just scouts HellRaisers so well, the board, and they have a high ground now. A high ground that they hold on the Radiant side. Strategically, their game is much easier.
No, you're right. It's a technical all-you-can-eat buffet, and Troll could easily just clean them all up again. This is the big threat, right? HellRaisers, they've gotten previews of these good Magnus RPs, and we've seen what happens instantly with the Empower on Palantimos, with that Diffusal, and now a Basher as well. Someone is getting deleted every fight by the Troll alone. Just a matter of who it's going to be.
It looks like it's going to be the Raxes next, as he's pushing mid. Ember is not there, as he's just trying to defend the bottom.
The Bash. Force the Rage, Bash in return, but obviously you don't want to fight this too hard.
That's a lot of damage from that Lifestealer. It almost looked like they can take him down.
True, especially when they realize that Ember's not there, because Pikachu keeps prioritizing pushing out this bot lane, mainly because of a combination of DM and Nyx being there. Just taking it in turns to try and drag pressure away, and this is really good from HellRaisers. They're actually buying a crap ton of time. In fact, Aegis is about to expire. So in the end, yeah, they got that shrine. Yeah, they breached the base, but HellRaisers, they still have all their racks intact.
178, I believe they paced themselves. Maybe a little bit too much. Perhaps they could press the matter a bit. One of the reasons that they couldn't, though, is the fact that they have no reliable catch, like nothing to jump on them besides the Ember Spirits. The Magnus does not have a Blink Dagger still. He went full utility. He has Pipe and Blads. So they don't have that big hero that's able to catch the heroes from behind and then open up the high ground push without a pick-off first. So they were playing it correctly. They were trying to get a pick-off. If a pick-off doesn't happen, they continue farming. And now Aloha Dance might find him. He has a Shadow Blade as well, but
he's seen them. Down to half HP, trying to get away. Remnants out. Shaker dead. V2 needs to be careful. Look at the RP. Throw it out for him. Ice Blast through as well, so he can't lifesteal. They even use the Battle Trance to ensure he can't escape, and DM's just a bonus meal on the side. You had your main meal, now you eat your dessert, and that's a triple kill for Pikachu.
And now you go mid. And now you go push high ground. That's pretty much it. You don't have to force it. Even with an Aegis, you're playing into a Shaker Storm uphill battle. Like, it's not easy to pressure that high ground versus those heroes. But if they go out, and if you set up your wards properly, then that's much easier. And I have to say, I'm surprised by how well Happy Durara read their play. Like, he put that sentry and the ward, and he just waited there on the hill. He spots them out. Afterwards, Big Gnome initiates. Pretty well played by them.
J178 have been brilliant at this. They realize the nature of HellRaisers, the way they keep kind of aggressively smoking out or moving out and look at these plays, right? It's playing to their advantage where they need a decent RP. Because all these heroes are suddenly stacked in an area, or they're funneling in one by one, and you swap for choice. Whereas when they tried to approach the high ground, we saw the problem, right? Which is HellRaisers, they're not panicking, they're not funneling through, they're just calmly sitting around the objective, which makes it a lot harder for 178. But now, the game is getting a lot harder for HellRaisers. Net worth is finally starting to build, shrines being taken, and Roche may spawn in just under a minute.
Another shrine, all 4 bounties, obviously. Just separating themselves when it comes to net worth from their enemies as much as they can. Rubik might want to separate himself from this Storm as he's just gone.
Borrow time?
Oh,
well, maybe Nyx. He needs to run. BKB. Just to get away.
What a surprise indeed. What a great situation to have borrowed time out of everything stolen.
It's clearly planned. I mean, Big Gnome was running incredibly aggressive around that area, right? Especially with this type of build. Double Bracer, he's got his 4-staff. Borrowed time as well, he's almost unkillable.
I mean, with borrow time, he is unkillable.
Well, while it's active.
Like, you can't take him down. It's pretty well played. Yeah, we see Nyx just trying to get the creeps away from bottom, yeah.
However,
Carty still survive.
Exactly. Now, did they were going with it? Probably not. They just chill again. They realize the next Roche is the win condition if you're 178. And HellRaisers aware of this as well. That's why they're playing in the Dire jungle.
Yeah, you don't go for high ground when Roche is close to spawning. It actually will respawn in 2 minutes, so it's quite far away.
However, wraparound
isn't far away from the fountain though.
Freezing field, Pikachu uses the BKB, so Miposhka just tries to run. They see DM as well, so they're going to get bonus meals here. Him trying to move away, but Palantimos He has got the willing access. No, he looks the wrong way.
You can
DM.
joke them?
Yep, he pinged it.
Wow.
Dorara said he had to be here, but it was too late. Troller ran north.
That's the silliest joke that I have seen in a while.
Well, he literally just ran in a circle. He's literally a NASCAR driver.
He was like, look left and ran right, and that's it. And Troll was what? You tricked me. Pretty well played by him. Overall, I liked it. But Crystal Maiden dies. The tier 2 should follow now as they're converging around that spot on the top lane. Shaker trying his best to delay the game as he's creep skipping on the right side of the map, but he doesn't. I guess he understands that 178 they have no interest in pushing. Their main objective right now is only this tier 2 and Rosh.
Yeah, control the area, eliminate any way HellRaisers can get back in with anything but Storm Spirit, and then take the easy victory. Or the easy cruise to victory. The easiest route possible right now.
Palantimos is getting an Abyssal completed now too. So that's a huge deal for them, as they're able to control either the Nyx or the Storm through their BKBs, through the Rage and the BKB that is. Double damage obviously spawns in front of the Rush as it's about to spawn in 30 seconds.
Aloha dance, he's out and about. Uh-oh, he doesn't even get a stun out. And this is the perfect kill to ensure that you get Rush. Him going down, like that's their initiation, just gone.
Yeah,
no
30
buyback.
seconds without him after the Rush spawns. Rush is going to spawn in 15 seconds, alright, so even longer without the Shaker.
They have a TD
they
though.
might go,
Yeah?
they might go high ground now.
Well, Nick's just on the wrong lane because mid is pushing in. Palantimos has that DD. Anyone who touches him will be deleted.
Yeah, they are keeping the courier in the pit, so they will know when Rush is.
There it is.
Because of that, they're just able to go high ground with keeping vision of the Rush.
Knock,
Oh,
knock.
look at that DD.
There's a troll at your door.
Yeah.
As we said, Shaker has no buyback. They know it because it would have bought back by now. Pikachu goes in so deep, it's now obvious to them. They can't trying to do enough silences there. Magnus can't get the RP out just yet, but they're controlling the V2. And there's the RP as well to ensure Lifestealer dies. Ice Blast connects on the DM. So he won't be able to get away, especially with the ranged bashes coming out. The cheesy little plays from Palantimos ensures another big kill. And the buyback from CM
GG.
won't change anything. GG is used. We're going to a game 3. Wait, no, we're not. Fade. We're going straight to the second series.
Straight to the second series, sadly for us. We expected and we cheered and we blessed HellRaisers to take us to the game 3, but it's just not possible because 178, they just look like a better team at the moment, and that's it.
No, it's true.
The team that HellRaisers have got, they're solid. They can win their laning stage, but they lose their grasp of how the mid game should be played and what their general strategy should be like. There's something missing there. Like, this Storm was so far ahead, he could have carried this game on his own if they managed to find the right pickoffs. But instead, they, you know where the game cracked for them? When they killed Magnus with Echo, and then they tried to go on Troll without any spells. When they got wiped, actually, afterwards.
Yeah,
That's where the game completely went in 178's. They didn't win it there, but it turned it into their favor, and they just needed to do a couple of those things more, and then they would win. Troll is really good versus Zeus versus Lifestealer. It's also decent versus Storm if he catches him out. You needed one good RP from Petushara, and the game was done.
And he definitely delivered that. There was that moment, that final kind of clinch moment where HellRaisers, we saw Palantimos get caught out a few times, and it was looking like actually HellRaisers still had control because of those type of moments. But then that fight in the jungle, where there should have been this big Echo Slam, instead you get a godly RP in Petushara. On that moment alone, he begins to seal the deal because Troll was just out of control. And honestly, from there, yeah, it was pretty clean cut. I think it is very clear that HellRaisers need to work on that mid-game transition. It kind of feels like your classical pub stack, right? Like they just got together, really skilled individual players, but it's like they lose the sense of direction around the 25-minute mark, I want to say, and they fail to execute. But that does mean the first person in the upper bracket finals is going to be maybe unexpected for some people. There you go.
178.
Or J178, as most people refer to them. Now, they're going to need an opponent, which is something we're going to figure out shortly, because up next, we have got something I think people maybe a little bit more excited for because there's a big name in there. and they are going to be up against the veterans. That's going to be old but gold versus Virtus Pro. So the young versus the old is a kind of fitting way to look at that one, right, Liz? You know, you've got some young promising players, some we've already seen before like No One, and now with the pickup of Epileptic against the classics, really, with the likes of Illidan and G on the side of old but gold.
Old but gold. Old but lol. It's going to be very interesting to watch.
Hey,
it's going to be interesting to watch them. They are always fun to. Like, I was talking to some CIS casters about them as well. Like, if nothing else, they're fun to watch. Maybe they don't win a lot of games. Maybe they don't succeed at doing anything. But they always bring the fun. It's always fun to watch Illidan play his Razors with Midas Travels or Chaos Knights. You know, thing like that. Like they're fun. They innovate as well a lot within their borders of the heroes that they play, at least.
Well, you
It's
mean
fun.
basically the Illidan heroes, which, by the way, we've been talking about CK. That is one of his specialities. So maybe we get to see that, or maybe it gets banned out. But short break before we get to that. I'll get confirmation of the exact start time. In fact, can I just check now? Yes, we are going to be starting in about 10 to 15 minutes. So grab yourself a snack and then be back for that series. And hopefully we actually get a best of 3, which doesn't just feel like a repeat in each game and actually goes to a third game.
See you later, people.